As we move on into this new upcoming year in just a few hours here, I want you to realize what you've actually done this year. Look back at all the good things that moved the needle forward that you actually did this year. I know we tend to get caught up on the next thing, that we don't actually look back and see what we've accomplished, what we've done, see how far we've actually grown. Because no matter what you say, you have grown. I can tell you that for a fact. Don't just sit here and say, oh, another year wasted because you didn't hit these super big goals, because this is what I do. But then I realize when I actually break it down into the small goals, I've reached every single one. I've actually accomplished a lot more than I thought this year, but because I didn't reminisce on it, I didn't believe that I accomplished anything this year, and I made it like another wasted year. I know you hear all these people online tell you the exact same thing. Oh, you haven't done anything with your life, blah, 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 because you didn't hit these super big goals. But that's not true. When you actually break down the super big goals, you have to have those small goals. And most likely you've actually accomplished them. You've grown so much. I'm proud of you this year. I'm proud of myself this year. I almost got caught up on that I didn't do enough this year because I started off this year really strong. And through January, through about November or maybe October-ish, I started to fall off again October and go back into the old habits that didn't help me grow. And for the past 2 or so months, I kind of beat myself up over it because I kept going down and down and down and down and down, further away from my goals. But yet I had to realize how far I've actually come though. From January to October or November, I did so much. That doesn't mean that I just get to break and do all this and fall off. No, that's not what I mean. But what I felt like is I did nothing this year just because those past 2 months beat me up and I went backwards a little bit. But that's not true. I've grown so much. I've learned so much this year about psychology. I worked out so much that I've gained visible abs that I like. I made some money here and there, and I've done it all ethically. And I just continue to optimize my health and feel great through what I eat and through what I consume. Everything. I've learned so much this year, and I've done so much that I could go constantly naming a whole list of things, and I just named a few. But there's so much more that I could list that I've actually done. But when I didn't take the time to reminisce on the things that I actually did, then it felt like those past 2 months. It felt like I did nothing. It felt like the old habits kicked in again. So I want you to take time with yourself, away from technology. Don't listen to all these other people online telling you what to believe, what to do, what you have done or haven't done, because they don't know you. They're just trying to give you this motivation, but it's not really motivating. Sometimes it's demotivating. So sit with yourself, away from technology, and realize you've done something. Name all the things you did this year. Name all the things you've tried this year. Name how you got out of your comfort zone this year. Do something, because there is something out there that you've done this year. And I can promise you that. And even if you didn't think that you've done much this year, guess what that means? You have this much room to improve. So much room. You could read 2 pages of a book a day. You'd be growing so much just by reading those 2 pages a day if you didn't believe that you've actually grown that much. But I can tell you right now, like I said, all these people online tell you that you've done nothing with your life. Even if you've scrolled 8 hours a day for the past whole year, you've learned something. You've done something. I know you have. You didn't just stare at the clock for 24 hours a day, 365 days of the year. I know you didn't. You have done something. So what I want you to do is not say that you wasted another year, because this is what I was saying. Just because those past 2 months that I fell off a little bit from my good habits. You didn't waste the whole year. You've grown so much. I have the ability to see that I fell off and I could change it now. Whereas before I was just mindlessly doing the old habits. Now I come across them and I'm consciously aware so I could stop them. And I want you to realize that. So before moving on to the new year and setting these super ambitious big goals, like I'm gonna be a billionaire by next year, listen, okay, let's break it down a little bit. You can definitely make a lot of money, but $1 billion off of no idea, no nothing might be a little bit too out there. But if you say $1 billion in your lifetime, easy, you could do it. Because those billionaires, they're the same as us. They're just humans that know something that we don't, so you can get the knowledge. But don't put it past yourself either. So before moving on into this new year and setting these big goals, I want you to give yourself a pat on the back. I want you to be proud of who you became this year. Because like I said, I felt like I didn't reach these super big milestones that I set for my life this year. But what I have realized is I'm molding the character to deserve those super big goals that I have. That's what I did this year. And I improved so much. And you have too. And I'm proud of you. If you want help setting any new goals for the upcoming year, I have a video on screen for you that you can watch there. But with that being said, this is your life. So take control.